It's like 1,000 damage between a vanilla kit and double edge. Hey, what's up, man? Take an extra crit. Alright, well, so far, things seem to be going pretty good. I can get my hopes up too far, though. But, that all having that said, stretch out a little bit right there. Game audio is coming through okay. Mic audio looks like that's doing pretty good. The preview there on YouTube is good 30-45 seconds behind, as is usual. Hello all, and happy Friday to you. Got the text in the text box, got a tweet on the tweeter box. I think we're good to go. Hey there, hi there everybody. Happy Friday, hope you all are doing well. Hope the week has treated you well. If you're grinding Tigra or putting up milestones, hope that grind is going well for you as well. Glad to have you here. I am currently going for the 4-star Tigra in Arena, going for the top 800. So far, I'm off to a pretty good start. I think I should come in with time to spare, which is most excellent. So without much further ado, I figured just jump right in and start putting up points. Want to give a big howdy and a big welcome to the latest subscribers to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Glad to have you here. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTubes. Cheers on digging the content I put out so far and are interested in cool things yet to come. Glad to have you here. So I'm not gonna jinx myself, but I'm definitely gonna jinx myself and hope that tonight goes pretty smoothly. Last night was a bit of a cluster mess in terms of just OBS and YouTube just needing to hash it out and get their act together. I mean, ultimately, got it figured out, and now we're wound up working out pretty okay. But I'd prefer to not have to worry about that 10 minutes into a stream, you know? Preferably. Dude's willpower heal is nuts. But, I mean, then again, I am Rhino, so I'm kind of hitting like a wet noodle as it is anyway. But let's try and multitask a little bit here. Bring up the Discord server concurrently. Say howdy to everybody there on the RobVon server. If you haven't joined already, there is a Discord for the channel. Cool place to be. Just chew the fat after the fact, after streams. Post pics of good pulls, bad pulls. Post pics of memes. Ask questions about content. And otherwise, just hang out. So if you haven't signed up for the Discord already, I do recommend you do that. So it'd be really cool to see you there. And as soon as I stop attacking, it's just gonna go very, very poorly for me. There we go, that worked out. That worked out pretty good. In the end, we got there. Definitely way too early to be yawning like that. So let's see, I really don't think that there was any other big news in the game to come out today. Biggest news was yesterday that they were just that they were going to be potentially posting a mid to long range roadmap for the game as early as next week Friday. But otherwise, I think today was kind of it. They handed out the free 2-star crystal with the small chance of getting 2-star Tigra or 2-star Hitmonkey. So if you wind up getting one of those two champs as exclusives, big congrats to you. That's awesome. Let me know how Hitmonkey plays. Because he looks fun. He looks fun. I don't know exactly. I mean, I can't really gauge his popularity in terms of arena just yet. But, you know, hopefully it isn't anything too crazy. That having been said, as interesting as though he may seem, I will not be going for the 5-star version. 4-star version, yeah, just to have one to have for synergy purposes, any potential champion gates they wind up putting up in the future. But in the meantime, nah, I'm good. Save that for the next featured 5-star. Because with Tigra coming out, she rounds out the next featured 5-star crystal, which should be going live here in about 2 weeks' time. So it'll be pretty exciting. That I'm actually looking forward to. Yo, AC, good to see you, dude. Good morning. It has been a while. Hope you've been well, though. Cool seeing the videos you've been putting up on your channel. But yeah, like I said, I hope everything's been going well for you. And good to see you here. You're up late. Hi, my dude. Thank you. Thank you. That's that. Eat that. Definitely intentional. Definitely intentional. Now, how did that happen? I'm stupid. Now, I have no idea how that parry block failed, but that's fun. What's up, Aaron? Happy Friday, bud. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Uh-oh. Why are you going to be quitting YouTube, AC? Let me bring that up here. You deleted all your videos? Go bring up these guys. So my plan here for this arena for tonight, start the usual. Start at the top of the 5-star roster, work my way down. Everybody's going to be refreshed by the time I get up tomorrow morning anyway, so there's really no reason to prioritize one over the other. Just see how far down the list I get in the next hour and a half, 2 hours. The usual, whatever it winds up being. What have people been saying, AC? Haven't been keeping up on the news myself. Yo, what's up, Shadow? Happy Friday, good to see you, dude. Alright, so Shadow says, well, I got the 10k 5-star shards. Can't get another 10k this month. You got a 5-star. He's bleed immune. He's bleed immune at least. But that sucks. That sucks. And I 100% agree with what Shadow said. Besides, if someone winds up getting to be too toxic, you can always just block them permanently too. Just take down their comments, block them, and just not deal with it. Well, you definitely got my vote. I don't even need to see the video, and you got my vote. But like everything else, I mean, keep doing it so long as you're having fun. Starts turning into a chore or a job or an obligation, then that's no fun anymore. You sure it's 40 different people, or you think it's like 2 people with a combined 40 different accounts? What's up, Pop? How you doing, dude? I gotta back out and I gotta try and open Discord again. Things taking its sweet time. Pretty much. You might be able to boost them a little bit with some synergies, but yeah, unfortunately, Ultron has not gotten much of any love recently, so sorry, dude. Ito, how are you, dude? Happy Friday. Glad to have you here. Good to see you. Crap, you know what? I still gotta reach out and talk to Super. Come on. Come on, my dude. Thank you, thank you. And there's that. Well, Ace, I definitely recommend you sleep on it. Give it a little bit of thought overnight, and then, you know, just depending on how you're feeling tomorrow or the day after, by the end of the weekend at the latest, you know, kind of go from there. If you still enjoy doing it, then it'd be worth, you know, manually blocking all those people, but I guess I have a feeling it is a troll instead of 40 unique people. Cheers. Alright, so up next, got Stealthy. Let's do Quake and Simbi. Why not? AC, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's a big milestone. It's really cool. It was really, really cool. So an update. I did wind up putting in the application to the CCP. I wound up doing that actually the night that I hit 500. But you know, because those guys are busy and you know, there isn't a timeline to reply to anybody. I have not yet heard back, but I am hoping to hear back either up or down. Hopefully in time for Hitmonkey for some of the stuff for him. If not, then maybe whoever the next champ is gonna be. Either way, still gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and you know, have fun doing it. What's up, Apex? Happy Friday, bud. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Hope the week has been treating you well. And for everybody, hope the weekend here coming up is a good one. It's pretty solid, AC. Some big league numbers right there. So, who here has got plans for the weekend? You guys going anywhere? Got plans of doing stuff, meeting up with people, taking care of stuff around the house, playing games? Apex says, it's been good. Your brother got 5-star Doom and Killmonger. Your brother is stupid lucky. Stupid lucky. Fuck, I'm gonna die right here. Man, I miss suicides. AC says, took your Quake to rank 4. That is an excellent rank up choice. She is amazing. Yeah, I go to school on Thursday. That's random. So then what? You go for 2 days and then you got the weekend and then what? Full schedule again, or how does that work? Shadow, I'm actually pretty jealous of that. It's been a good while since I had a lawn to mow, but I do miss that. I don't know how to feel about that 5-star Sentry, AC. It's not a bad champ. He's not a good champ. He's just a champ. If it was a new champ, though, that's a bit more cause for celebration. Anytime you get a new 5-star, whoever it is, it's always a big plus. I absolutely agree. What is the point? Because as soon as you get started, you know, and get yourself in a good mindset, then you're off on break again. Because I mean, basically, you're gonna go get loaded up with work to do until the next class, and then it'll be time to go already. Oh, very cool. Well, there you go. Congrats. Let's do that. Let's do that, and let's do that. Because again, if nothing else, it is solid arena fodder. Everybody remembers their 15th 5-star. Except for me. I'm too old, my memory's hazy. But even though I couldn't tell you exactly who it was most certainly was a Sentry-esque character. Come on, dude. Thank you. Cool. Got that. AC, you were mentioning it, but I haven't heard any news recently. So is that 24-hour stream still gonna happen? And if so, when? Definitely be stopping by and just saying howdy. Wishing you well. There we go. There we go. Getting that nasty wasp out of the way. Just before things go south. Because even though Wasp did have class advantage, or disadvantage, doesn't mean that she's out of it yet. I've one-shot and then one-shotted too many times by Wasp to counter out. Good. Alright. Complete 611. All milestones in an arena. Are you going to specify which arena, or just wing it? Those are some solid goals there. Definitely think a 611 will probably be the most challenging, I think. But definitely do think that all 5 of those are still manageable. So awesome. Okay. So that's 4 million points, I think. Alright, come on, Blade. It's tango. And done. Beautiful. Right. Okay, I must be confusing the 4-star featured then. Yeah, 1.5 is definitely doable. See if anybody winds up bumping that up to the featured 5-star arena. Man, I gotta wake up. This ain't good. Way too early. Way too early. Yeah, dude, what's the date? Thursday the 18th. Alright, there you go. You heard it here first, guys. It's official. AC is doing the 24-hour stream starting Thursday the 18th, 6 p.m. UK time. like Dexy Spider-Gwen tonight, isn't she? Whoop. 10 a.m. Western time. Yeah, so just right as the new day's events and offers and stuff like that pop up in game. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. All right. Moleman's not as bad as Daredevil though. What kind of hot sauce? Oh. Oh, that was very fortuitous. Put that on a bumper sticker. Pain is temporary, but awakened Mole Man is forever. Ah, okay. Well, sorry to hear about the awakened Daredevil. Rip. And yes, that is true. Milk is better for getting rid of spice. Or at least canceling it out a little bit. Still gonna feel it, just won't be as potent. Because of the fat in the milk. Melted. Hey, big congrats, dude. You're a busy fella, AC. Well, look on the bright side, that awakened Mole Man would be able to help out a little bit with that. You know, push comes to shove. And come on, there we go. Beautiful. Yeah, I saw you posted on the Discord. First screenshot of Act 6. Who's your team, AC? Who are you using? There we go. Ultron down. Moving right along. Hoping to get somewhere in the ballpark of like 10 million by the end of the night. But I think that's probably going to be a push. It's probably going to wind up being like low 9s, I'm guessing. But we'll see. We'll see. It's a solid squad. Solid squad. You got a solution to just about every problem in the game. Yep. Ghost Rider and his flaming hot Cheetos breath. What do I think of this event? The monthly EQ or like the side event? Full on monthly events is, I don't really have any strong feelings about one way or another. It's you know, it's pretty straightforward, fairly vanilla. I'm not gonna lie. So you know, it isn't bad. Not super exciting, but it's not bad. And as far as the MODOK event goes, if I've got time, I'd do it. If not, I'm not gonna stress about it. Like if I wound up getting all of the available MODOK gold, I still probably wouldn't wind up spending all of it. So I think there is gonna be a point where I can just like, you know, take a step back, get the couple things that I'm interested in, and then just let the event slide the rest of the month. Not too terribly fussed about it. Certainly not as much fun as last month's event. Yeah. I do think that is part of it too. Because I mean, although Shadow, I'm 99% sure that guy is just trolling everybody. That's why, like for me too, it's like an awkward place because it isn't fun. I'm not, you know, excited about jumping in and doing it, and it's challenging. But at the same time too, I do have, you know, 6-star rank 3s at my disposal, which, you know, does make things a little bit easier for me too. Can Torch reverse healing? Yes. Yeah, you can. You just gotta get a lot of incinerates on the opponent, and you've gotta have Despair turned on for the mastery maxed out. But if you go up against somebody who is debuff immune or incinerate immune, then he's pretty useless. So that's the catch. Well, this Killmonger's gonna be fun. Come on, dude. Thank you. There we go. I was gonna say, you better not have purified my heal block. There we go. And that's how we do it. Work around the node. Although to be honest too, if you do have Despair maxed out, anybody who can place a bunch of debuffs on the opponent can also reduce and reverse healing. So like Void does it naturally, Mr. Fantastic does it pretty good. Elsa is really solid as well for negating heals. Just because she can throw a whole boatload of debuffs. Come on. There we go. Furies on this dude. That helps speed things up a little bit. And Void is down. Excellent. Most excellent. Oof. Always a good idea, people, to stretch. Always a good idea. Especially if you're doing a long featured grind. But, I figure now is as good a time as any to take a little tangent number one. Burn off some energy. Yeah, I was just farming for the the Moda quest event. I'd do it and I don't feel bad about it either. It's the quickest and fastest way to get them milestones. I mean, if everybody's a one hit and you use a Cosmic Champ, yeah, all you gotta do is get through three of these Road to the Labyrinth maps and there's all your milestones. I just think it's interesting as a bit of constructive feedback. I think it's interesting that they wound up doing away with the whole dual target as a daily event, right? Saying that, you know, dual target isn't accomplishing that which we wanted to, isn't accomplishing the goal that we wanted to anymore. Which is true. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't a fun event anymore. Because all you would do is you would just find like the lowest ranked version of the character and just keep, you know, using your dual credits and just fight the same dude over and over and over again and just keep one-shotting him. But then they come out with, you know, the new dual targets right now for the MODOK event, which is the exact same thing. And the class dual target here, which again is the same thing. It's easy gold, it's easy accomplishment, easy milestones and all that. It's just I am my big old mean 6 stars kicking around in the little itty bitty 2 stars. Poor guys. What did they ever do? They're just minding their own business. I came in, knocking in their gate, slapping them around a little bit. But red number in the corner does say that that it is working. And really, again, all this is just to burn off some of the energy, so I don't wind up wasting any. That's where I'm at. Oh, pretty close. It's like 1 or 2 more fights. Should probably do an epic level event too, seeing as how war starts up again tomorrow. That should do it, right? That should do it. Yeah. Excellent. There you go. Easy peasy. Get some of the greater solo stuff, which is still a thing for some reason. Get out of there. Do something a little bit A little bit more on my level. Let's do that. I have no idea what the path nodes are anyway. You just scout that. Alright, so this flavor path is counter tactics, adaptive. That's the vanilla. Is that the vanilla path? Looks like it. Oh, that's fun. That's a new combo. Let's do that. I don't have any mutant champs though. So let's not do that. Let's do this one. Why not? Why not? Yo! Shermoy, how are you, bud? Happy Friday. Good to see you here. How goes the grind? It's going pretty good. I'm like pushing 9 million. So I'm not done yet. But I got another full day, so I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I think between the last couple of 5 stars I got to put up today, and then just even casually doing a set tomorrow, should put me well within the expected cutoff. And then, you know, we'll see what happens come Monday. I'm really hoping that she goes lower than what I'm fearing. Really do. Because I want me a 5-star. Not saying why. It's specifically why, I should say. I've already said why, because of this Elsa synergy, but it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried. I mean, unless for whatever reason Tigra just goes for stupid high, but she's been... New featured champs have been going for like 11 million, 12 tops the last couple months. So, pretty good shape. I should have brought a Mystic champ for this path. Just nullify all of those nasty buffs they get. Gotta say, Shermore, I'm definitely looking forward to the videos you're gonna be putting out here pretty quick. Been a busy fella. Come on, dude. You. One more multiplier, and then start throwing a couple mediums. Come on, dude. And bye-bye. Bye-bye, dude. Good. Good, good, good. still gotta figure out how to play Terrax. Because there's no way he's as awful as he looks. There's no way. Okay. Cool deal, dude. Looking forward to it. Still thinking about posting on Monday, right? Funnily enough, after I sent you the one, I think I wound up finding a better team. I mean, it's obviously too late and whatever, but wouldn't you know it, you know? It'll be fun to do a part 2. Not that I'm gonna brag or anything, but I've fought so many of these freaking Infinity Men in Alliance War with Void that it's kind of like I can almost do it in my sleep now. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, Simbi. Throw Wasp in there. She hasn't gotten any action this path yet. What do you guys think? Do you think Wasp is underrated? Or is she just, you know, super popular? It's just that no one talks about her because everyone's busy talking about Corvus and Quake and Ghost. Ah, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. That I'm really looking forward to. I mean, I'm looking forward to both of them, obviously, but... Alright, so, too long didn't read. Don't get hit. Unblockable specials. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, I don't want to use Void. I remember seeing someplace that because of her specific setup, is that she's effectively death immune when you're using Void against her. I mean, that worked out. That worked out pretty good. She is super squishy, Shadow. She is super squishy. That is 100% accurate. However, forget if it's her attack or if it's her crit rating. One or the other is the highest in the game, or one of the highest yet. Good, good, AC. Glad to hear. Don't let them naysayers get you down. Because you know I really dig the videos you put out. Dig your content. And it'd be a real shame to see you go. So I'm glad to hear it, dude. Alright, Venom. Always gotta be careful with you, because I've wound up wrecking my business a couple of times. There you go. There you go, Guido. Third time's a charm. That's why it's freaky to me that some people may consider her underrated. And like Void too, you know? But like those guys, to me, are some of the best champs in the game. I mean, you could wait for Void Shadow. But like Shermoy was saying, if you have a Havoc or if you've got a Ghost, then she's just beyond amazing. Like the numbers that she can put up are just ridiculous. She does take a bit of skill to play, not gonna lie. And if there's like a passive damage over time effect in play, then yeah, she's toast. But that having been said, yeah, her damage output is nuts with like minimal ramp up time. Like some champs can hit really hard, like you know Proxima, really really hard, but you got to spend like 2 minutes ramping them up, 3 minutes, maybe even a couple of fights like Morningstar. Wasp is just like, okay, I'm starting the match. Okay, I just crit that dude for 35,000. Want me to do it again? Okay, there's another 35,000. She's nuts. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Stupid. Yo, Cap, how you doing, dude? Happy Friday. It's going pretty well. Just getting wrecked by this Omega Red because he just refused to die. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. 4-star grind is going exceptionally well. Honestly, the way it's going right now is that instead of doing a grind tomorrow night, it'll just be a fun night to just futz around, play around with a couple of different things. Because in a game like this, with as many different champions as there are, and node combinations and synergies, you can putz around with stuff all you want. Oh, I've been completely remiss. I should have mentioned it at the top. So, I figured now is as good a time as any for my first shameless plug of the live stream. Starting up Monday for the RobVonShoe channel. It's going to be the first day of the Elsa Bloodstone Appreciation Week. So the idea there is that every day that week I'm going to be uploading a video just touting one of the amazing aspects of Elsa Bloodstone, why she's my favorite champ to play in the game, and some of the cool stuff that she does. So be sure to check that out. Stay tuned for some of the fun things coming out here, and I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be a lot of some of the random stuff that I've been meaning to do with her. I just haven't gotten around to yet. Because I mean, I talk her up all the time, all the time. But you know, outside of just taking her into like you know one of the quest paths or using her in an arena or something, I haven't really put out a whole lot of content around her, more or less. So it'll be good to finally scratch that itch. let's do that. Let's do that. Come on, my dude. Yeah. There you go. Good. Good, good, good. You and me both. I'm not promising anything because next week is going to be stupid crazy busy, especially if I wind up doing the Tigra grind. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to it next week, but I am hoping by the end of the week I would have been able to put together my first content creator-esque champion review. Kind of like, you know, just assuming it, or, you know, were I to get into the program, it's the style of review that I would want to do for new champions. So figure what better way to start things off for that and just, you know, iron out some of the finer details ahead of time. Then with Elsa. Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing though too, because you can use that 5th spot for so many different kinds of champions for extra synergy, right? You can pair somebody up with Havoc. You can pair somebody else up with Hood. You can throw Ant-Man into the mix for the Ant-Man Trinity. You can throw in a Heimdall for a bit of longevity. Or, you know, someone completely random for some of the oddball nodes on the path. That's awesome. Sky's the limit, really. Let's do this. There's that. Quake down. Most excellent. I should be hitting 9 mil, I think, after this round. We gotta double check it. But yeah, that single heavy attack from Wasp took off like a third of Mephisto's health on a single heavy. With no boost, no suicides, no synergies. And flying kick. Let's see. I haven't had a swig of the jug here tonight. Cheers, everybody. Maybe a little bit more in a swig. It's my Diablo tribute right there. Okay, that was close. 9 mil this round. From the jug. All right. So I posed the question to you, to you guys. Got about a half hour, 45 minutes left of the stream here. I can keep going with Arena. I got maybe like 6 teams of 5 stars and then a bunch of 4 stars to put up. But I'm feeling really confident about my pace here. So I can either keep going with that if you guys want to just, you know, keep watching that and gabbing. Or if there's something else you guys would like to see, whether it is specific champion matchups or you got questions about specific nodes for a story mode or the monthly path, then just let me know. Otherwise, barring all of that, I may wind up doing a couple of paths in the Modok quest just to keep burning off some of those tickets so it doesn't all stack up at the end of the month. Because the last thing I want to do is to have a week left of the event and have like 15 rounds of Modok to go through. That would just be... that would not be pleasant. What's up, Nation? How are you? Good to see you. Popped open my first ever 6-star and it pulled Iron Man. OG Iron Man? Ouch. Hey, hope the date went well. But I mean, I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, obviously it's an awful pull, and I do feel bad about your awful pull. But at the same time, it is a rite of passage. I think like 99% of everybody's first 5-star, first 6-star is like hot garbage. So it's a bit of initiation. That having been said, you know, 6-star is still a 6-star. They are not useless. Even though the character is not very useful. Still gonna get a bunch of points out of Arena. And because they've got the boosted PI, because they're 6-stars, they do wind up filling out a questing team pretty well. Just because they're really strong out of the box. But yeah, still pour one out for you, dude. And there's that. And Luke Cage down. Yeah, everybody was losing their mind to pull Angela. But it's kind of sad that Angela was the best champion available as a 6-star. There were people that were just holding out because they knew eventually somebody better would be released, but still. My first 5-star was Storm, and my second was pre-buff Magic. So effectively, she was like Iron Patriot. Those were some tough times. Okay, let's do a Modok. this. Just for kicks. Oh, yeah. That's the thing about those reels, though, too, is that they intentionally tease you somebody better. You know, you pull a 4-star, the one next to it's a 5. You pull a 5, the one next to it's a 6. You know, you pull a Abomination, the one next to it's a Nick Fury. They always try and whet your appetite for whatever possibly could be coming next, you know? So basically, and then Venom the Duck, that's random. So basically, this path is just anti-ghost. But yeah, I haven't done the Cosmic Path left. Let's do that. Anyone know if there's a way to know how many dual targets and solo events have passed for MODOK's gold coins? In-game or just in general? If you go to the Contest of Champions Trucos page on Facebook, they've got a list of everybody who's already come up and the dual targets, both super easy dual targets and challenging dual targets, depending on your preference. That's a good it's a good source to just check out. But yeah, I guess the Instagram works too. And there you go. Elsa shrugged off those two nasty cliffs. And finish that with full health. Well, I think of it. While I think of it. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to record a little something for later on, because this is a great opportunity to record something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch over the layout here. Still play this match, and then come back after the match is, or switch the screens back around after the match is done. So, all right, let's roll. Well, that ending didn't go exactly the way I had planned it, but still got to show what I wanted to show. Ouch! Apex, who'd you end up using? Or what was the PI of the team? Death matches are such a dumb concept. I'm sorry, dude. You guys saw the lag on that, right? Like the dude threw the L2, then the game froze just to throw off your timing. Dumb. No, stop it. Nice little 16k heavy attack. Arc overload. That is a void fight. Well, no. Actually, that might not have been a good idea. Yeah, it gets champion of the universe. Just means we gotta throw buffs or debuffs. Nope, he doesn't go unstoppable. But there he goes with the power gain, which does nothing because I've got Petrify and a couple other debuffs on him. Or Petrify and a debuff, I suppose. Now he's got 2 Petrifies. I'm done. Arc Overload is amazing. It's working for me. Let's throw a couple more debuffs on him just to really ruin his mood. Dude sure does like going unstoppable, doesn't he? Well, it's interesting that he's getting knocked down even though it says he's unstoppable. Not sure why that is. Rob, do you think that Kabam is setting expectations too high now? That Kabam Mike says they're scrapping what they had and the new roadmap will be out next week. I don't think it's Kabam that's setting the expectations too high. I think it's everybody's projecting what they want to see on Kabam as opposed to what Kabam is actually saying. Because, like, all Kabam has really said is that they're going to be reevaluating. Act 7 isn't going to be the way that it was presented in the beta. And they're going to be letting people know kind of what their new idea is going to be here somewhere by the end of next week. I think everyone's kind of expecting that with that announcement, it's going to outline what Act 7 is, what the rewards are going to be, the, you know, Abyss of Legend buffed updates, you know, champion reworks, bug fixes, that just like everything that everybody's been complaining about the last few months is just suddenly going to get addressed and fixed. Which is great, I just really don't see that that's what that's going to wind up being, you know? Ouch. I mean, I'm optimistic, and I'm excited to see what they wind up saying, no doubt. But, like, I really don't think it's gonna... I really don't think it's gonna change a whole lot. And I don't have huge expectations either. Come on, dude. There. Because honestly, all that they really have to say to fulfill what they said that they were gonna say is like, all right, so Act 7 beta is gonna be August. Act 7 is gonna come out November. Variant 5 is gonna come out August. You know, champion reworks are gonna be every other month. We're gonna bring back the Namor and the Ebony Maw style reworks. You know, blah blah blah. Which is all good and it's all great, but I don't know. I'm just tapering my own expectations. I've been hurt too many times before. Actually, let me do this again. Alright, that wasn't nearly as impressive as I thought it was going to be. Because she was still able to come in under that rage amount. Never mind. How many more of these MODOK tickets do I got? I got 4. Alright. Still got time to do another one. Why not? Science path time. Cool. So let's switch over. See if this is going to be a fun fight. That's interesting. I'm gonna need to go back and rewatch that. Because he got the evade like I figured he would. But it wasn't an obvious evade. Actually, here's another one. Everything on this path is like fun potential Elsa food. I love it. Now, I'm pretty sure on this one she's gonna be able to wind up shrugging off the power sting. But I just want to verify that. Elsa's too OP for that fight. I had to let him punch me to get to that full bar of power. But yeah, she can shrug off Power Sting. What's up, man, Falcon? How you doing, dude? I thought this was supposed to have tunnel vision. There we go. I wonder why that was. Probably because I was parrying him, and then that just caused the because of the parry and the reduction to ability accuracy. That's why I wasn't getting the evade. Interesting. Elsa was made for Mr. Fantastic. How does Elsa handle Vigor? Can she out-damage it? I was thinking she would work on the 615 crossbones, even if she isn't bleed or poison immune. Vigor is heals, though, isn't it? So it's like what? I'm trying to remember the specific language. Vigor is like every 15, 20, like every 20 seconds they regenerate health, right? The key there is the time. But as soon as I'm done with this path, we'll jump into that quest and then look at it specifically. Offhand, I'd say no, because she can only shrug off non-damaging debuffs, so she's still super susceptible to the poison. But no, that wouldn't work. I don't think that would work. You'd have to be super, 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 super careful about how you fight that crossbones. That's plausible, but very difficult and very unlikely. Very implausible. But I'll go take a look. Because the redeeming grace for that would be the fact that he does have biohazard. Because if he didn't have biohazard, no, Elsa wouldn't work. Falter, fatigue, mixmaster. There we go. Oh, really? All right. Come here. That didn't work. Yeah, the thing is, that's what I'm saying. You got to be really careful about it though, because she's super squishy, and if she gets a couple of those bleeds on her, she's just gonna melt. A bleed, she's fine. Couple bleeds, she's in trouble. 3 bleeds, she's toast. That having been said, that would be actually a very, very interesting fight. I'd have to try that out. You'd have to play it very smart and very carefully. But it is entirely plausible that she may be an amazing counter for that. And I'll explain why in a sec. Actually, what am I doing? I've got a wasp on my team. I don't care about your stupid blocks. Get out of here. Because she doesn't really need to worry about out-damaging. It's just not dying. I think that's the biggest threat to Elsa for that fight. Mighty Charge and Masochism. Okay, well. He shrugs off all the debuffs when he charges at me. What all I gotta do is just prevent him from charging at me. Come on. Thank you. Now, if I was playing this smart, I'd, you know, build up the prowess first with a couple of special ones, but I'm lazy. Alright, cool. So, that's that MODOK event done. Let's actually go talk about the really interesting thing. And I may wind up getting... You'll have to forgive me if I wind up rambling and just talking through my thought process for a sec. So, just trying to figure it out on the fly. So it is 615, yes. 615. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go check that man out. Stop it. Alright, so he's 66k. So what does he do? He's got Biohazard, which means when he's struck, you got a 20% chance to bleed. Vigor, which is what we're talking about, which is every 15 seconds. You regenerate 50% of base health. Stun, which really doesn't matter. Power struggle is going to be the wrench in the equation, isn't it? Because in order to get all Elsa's debuffs, you got to throw the specials. But if you're well, I mean, it might work because you're gonna. Oh. Huh. Well, cheers, Marvel Champion, for just subscribing. Much appreciated. Glad to have you here. Thank you kindly. And a happy Friday to you. I gotta watch my connector. That's the second time that did that to me today. Not sure if it's the Apple adapter or if it's something with, I don't know, one of the other peripherals. Nation says, I got a 4-star Nova, and I'm debating on taking him to rank 5. But I played with him, and his Fury is pretty nice. Yeah, Nova's not a bad champion. He's not bad. I think take him to rank 4. Take him to rank 4, play around with him as a rank 4. You know, be a judge of his damage output, how much fun he is to play. You know, the chip damage he takes, how squishy or not he is. And then if you still really dig him, then yeah, absolutely take him to rank 5. But he's fun. He's underrated, and I don't think a lot of people know how to play him. Because he came out, and then, like, the game hasn't really done a whole lot with him since. Okay, so, crossbones. So here's what I'm thinking, and I'm gonna need to test it out, and this might be a great video for Elsa Week next week. I'm gonna say I think Elsa's an amazing counter for crossbones here, for 2 reasons. Well, for 1 reason really. Well, 2 reasons. Because crossbones has biohazard for 1. If you play that really smart with Elsa, that'll come in super handy. Because what that means is that Elsa is most likely always going to be bleeding, which means that as long as Elsa is bleeding, crossbones is passively heal blocked, which is great because of vigor, right? The thing is that you got to be really careful about is that, like I said, Elsa is super squishy. So if you wind up getting a couple bleeds on her, you're toast. And you know, forget about hitting into his block. The poison is like an instant KO. The biggest monkey wrench in the equation, I suppose, is the power struggle. Because everything of Elsa's kit really depends on her getting some amount of power. But no, because power struggle isn't a buff. It's just an inherent game mechanic. Because it isn't like there's a power lock symbol when you get power struggle, right? It's just vanilla out the gate, so she can't shrug it off. I'm gonna need to try this out. Not right now, but I will need to try it out. But yeah, I do think that also may wind up being pretty good, provided you play it smart. Yeah, excellent. Okay, what do I want to do? I got time for one more small little thing. Probably want to do one more round in arena. There we go. She survives biohazard by not playing to biohazard strength, right? So she can't hit into Crossbones' block and get the poison because the poison would effectively kill her right out of the get-go. She needs 1 bleed on her though. So if you can juggle keeping 1 bleed on her, then potentially that'll be enough to do it. But if you get 2 bleeds, then I think she's in trouble as well. It just depends. I forget off the top of my head exactly how much bleed damage that winds up being, especially because I would take in my rank 3 Elsa, so I'm not sure how much that would do relative to that rank. Maybe one of those things too that, well, no, coagulate speeds, or no, suture. There's 2 of them. There's Coagulate and there's Suture. Because one of them, like, reduces the amount of time that someone's bleeding, and the other one reduces the potency of bleeds, I think. Or maybe I'm confusing one. Because, like, there's the Mutant Mastery that effectively does the same thing. I need to look. I mean, both of them are masteries I just haven't even thought about in ages. But the only way, Shimoy, that she would wind up working possibly as a counter is that she needs to constantly be bleeding to get that heal block up. Yeah, so then there you go. That may be it. You need to turn on Coagulate. Which is weird, because I haven't been in the defensive tab in forever. So you take 30% less damage from any bleed. And then Suture is the duration of bleed. But, like, yeah, so Elsa may need to wind up throwing Coagulate on, which would wind up working out, because you wouldn't want suicides on with Elsa. Not for that kind of fight, because you're going to wind up throwing a bunch of specials, and suicides would just kill you outright. But that's interesting. Plausible. I'm going to say that right out the gate, it's plausible. But again, that's fun, because those are two masteries that I haven't even thought about in eons. So it's cool to think that they might actually have a relevancy right now for this one specific fight. Now, if they somehow change, like, Coagulate and Suture to be applicable for all damage over time debuffs, not just bleed, but poison as well, active damage over time, then I think people would flip their lids for it. But as it stands, I mean, bleed is still bad, but there aren't enough instances where you would run into that kind of bleed damage in order to justify using up that many mastery slots. Alright, there we go. Wound up getting into 2 extra rounds of arena. Whatever. Whatevs. It's all good. But that is going to do me for tonight, everybody. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who's been hanging out, chatting here the last almost couple hours. It's been real cool getting to talk with you guys, and I said it before, I'll say it again. It's definitely one of my favorite things to do in-game, just to hang out here each night. So, cheers, everybody. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, just because all that stuff does help me out immensely, and I very much appreciate it. Channel recently hit 500 subscribers, which is a gigantic milestone. So I want to say a big thank you again to everybody who has subscribed. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the channel, and I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful. So thank you again. I'm gonna be live streaming again. Tomorrow. Tomorrow may wind up being just a fun live stream without, like, focusing on arena grind, but we'll see. I may wind up just doing, like, the tier 1 alpha. I'll play it by ear, but I'll be here. So stay tuned for that, and then depending on what the Tigra cutoff is come Sunday, I'll be going for the 5-star in arenas starting up on Monday. So there is that. I said it a little bit earlier in the video, but next week is the unofficial Elsa Bloodstone Appreciation Week here on the channel. So Each day is going to be a new video about Elsa Bloodstone, different things that she does, different interactions, different tools in her toolkit, just kind of hyping up the champion and hopefully conveying a little bit why she's my favorite champion in the game to play. So stay tuned for that. But until next time, everybody, take care. Talk soon. Stay safe and be well, everybody. Bye for now.